Hi friends, Allison here from AJ's Inspired Life. Don't panic, it is my desk. I cleaned it and I have a very nice clean space to work on that things ooch onto obviously as I work. So I've spent some time, a lot of time this morning cleaning off my desk, and I had made a stack of journals that I want to consider working in for next month. So as I am doing that, I wanted to show you them because it is almost the end of March. And for those of you that have been around a while, you know that I switch up my journal often, just depending on my mood, depending on what we have going on that month, depending on sometimes I've been gifted something. And so I was like, going to use that, of course. So I also tend to buy things, right? I think we all do. And my goal this year is to not spend any money on journaling or crafting, really. And no, that's not going to be 100%. I do have a couple times coming up that I know I'm going to spend some money. But journaling is not one of them. So, or buying a journal is not one of them. These are what I pulled from my stash that I have to work in. Okay. So I wanted to show you them and show you the options. I kind of stacked them up here and I wanted you just to see the different sizes. So, this currently is my smash book that I'm currently working in. Okay. So this currently has February and March in it. Now I have 2 more smash books that I could use that I'm not going to. I have already decided I'm going to try something different for this next month. And these are my choices that I have pulled all from the things that I have already bought or gathered. Okay. So this is my current size. I'm just going to remove it. I do have, like I said, 2 others to choose from, but it will not be. Okay. And you can see how fat it gets. Let me make sure. Yeah, I have you there. So you can see how fat this journal gets. And quite frankly, this has been a little bit bigger than I want to work in. I'm having, I don't know, it's just bigger pages, right? So I am going to choose a different journal. And I just thought maybe I would take you along for my decision process. I think I've already decided. I know I definitely have it narrowed down between 2. Okay. So let's look at what I pulled, at least for my choices. Okay. The first one is this little book. I bought it at Target. I know, in their, $1, $2, whatever section. It is just, it was called a daily journal. And I just made a little paper cover for it. And I don't know what I bought it for. I did not buy it with the intention. Sorry, my gosh, you guys. In all my cleaning, you'd think that I would still have a foot space down here. But no, because I have to take out my trash. Okay, here we go. I'll do it this way. I didn't buy it for like my fauxbonichi, my daily journal. But it's certainly usable for that. So I did a couple pages of journaling in the beginning. I go back and forth on like how I journal and everything, not for my fauxbonichi, but for my actual journaling. And so I thought maybe this would be that book. And this is before I bought my fauxbonichi last year, which you guys now know I paint in and use those pages. So I went ahead and decorated the pages this way. And I don't know. This is not going to be this month's journal. I do like it. I do like how the paper responded to the paint. You can see I had to kind of washi some of the binding here because it was pulling away a little bit. I mean, it's not a super well-made journal. Obviously, it was in the not dollar, but you know what I'm talking about at Target. Dollar section that's not the dollar section. And then I started off with like some doodles and then like some quotes. So anyway, that's one choice. Now this is a really good size. And so I'm actually thinking, I don't know, I may use this later in the year as we're traveling or something, if we ever travel again, right? I don't know. Okay, so that's one size. And I did want to get out my ruler for you guys just so we can compare. This one is, I don't know, what do you call that? Almost 5. So probably 5 by 7, right? Okay. So this one's not going to make the cut. All right, that's number 1. This is number 2, and this I'm pretty sure is like a Michaels. Just probably they had them on sale. I found this really cool picture of this girl in a magazine. Isn't she awesome? I just love her. And I had glued it onto the front. You can see maybe it's a little bumpy. And again, I just, but it lays flat, which I really like. And it has white pages with the dot grid. So it has the ability to, you know, dot grid's interesting because it kind of shows up in 2 different ways. It shows up almost as a blank page, if you will. I'm going to move this light a little bit closer and see if I can get a little bit more. It might add more glare. Sorry. It shows up a little bit as a blank page, but it also gives you lines if you want to have a more formatted page. So this is closer to like a traveler's notebook. It's bigger than that, obviously, but it's a little bit, you know, it's narrower pages, the actual pages themselves. Oh, well, look at that. 4 3/4, but then obviously longer. So that's 8. Okay. Yeah. So this one, I will tell you, is making the maybe list. I really like it. I just glued a couple little, I'm really missing this seam right here because sometimes I like to put things like across my page. And obviously in the smash book with the rings in the middle, you can't do that. So I know I want a flat binding here. I like that it lays flat, at least for now. I don't know how many pages it has, but I would say I could at least get 2 months in here, and then my judgment tells me I'd probably have to rip out quite a bit in order to make it fit into this binding. So I don't know. But I really like this one. This is going to be on the maybe pile. Okay, this next one is a Moleskine. And again, can you see that in the glare? There it is. This one's a Moleskine. It's old, like I've had it. Has some dents or whatnot in it. Now this is a cream. I hope that's picking up so you guys can see the difference obviously there. Okay. It is a true cream. It is a true blank page. And although I do like this size, and I think it's a little bit wider, so it's a true 5 there. It's just a tad wider than the other one. I'm not feeling these cream pages right now. And so it will go in the no pile. Okay. All right. This one, you guys, I love. I bought it because I love it and wanted, like, when I was touching it at the store, right? What I don't love is this tie binding thing. So that would maybe have to come off, or I don't even know. Like I need, if I'm going to have a binding on it, it needs to be like the rubber band one or something. This seems like a lot of work to me. I don't quite, whatever. But look at that. It's a beautiful leather cover, and it says, "Not all those who wander are lost." Can you see that? Now, look at that. And here's the binding. Isn't that cool? So it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 signatures in it with plenty of pages. They are cream and they are lined. So this really is more of what I'd say is a journal. And I am going to tell you that I am not choosing this one. And here is why. I'm going to save this. And oh yeah, and there's the price tag. So I got this one at Marshall's for $10. And it is genuine leather. Can you smell it? Listen, smell. It's beautiful, you guys. I can't tell you. And it just feels like soft. It's just really, and I don't remember when I got it exactly, but I just love it. Anyway, I do morning pages, and so I do journaling every morning, and I'm going to save this for my morning pages. That's something that doesn't ever go anywhere. It doesn't get shared with anyone. It can stay, on my desk and get used. So this will be, I'm in a current journal right now for my morning pages, but like this will be my next one. And my morning pages, you just continue. So, let's say it takes me past the end of the year. I don't even know how many pages are in here, but it doesn't matter. You can stop when you want or continue through or whatever. So this will be my next morning pages journal. Does that make sense? Yeah. Okay. All right. This one, you guys. Oh my gosh. I found this for you book lovers out there. I do not know what it is. I'm not familiar with it, but I grabbed it because I'm in love with it. Like, okay, so it's called The Popular Educator. It has a price tag on it for $5.99. I'm not too sure if that's the price I paid or not. I might have paid less, is my point, just because I tend to wait, like if they're on sale or whatever. I know I got it at the thrift store. So it's called The Popular Educator, and inside is this really cool binding. And there's these really fun books in here. So it's like this magazine that has, so it has 1, 2, 3, 4, and they're numbered, right? Gosh, I don't know if it was 50 cents. I mean, I don't know. I'm not familiar with this. If anybody knows anything about this, please let me know. I bought it because I love the binding. And so these are like metal, and you can take them out. And then I was going to make new books and slip them in, or use this as my actual book. There's some sort of like articles. It's like, you know, things that people submit, like a journal, if you will, like a doctoral journal or something like that, that people submit articles to. And, yeah, I don't know. I just fell in love with it, and I think it's so cool. And it comes in this really amazing hardbound, I don't know, and it's kind of lifting from the binding, you can see there. So I don't know. I just love it, but I am not going to use that this month or this upcoming month. But I did have it, and I did want to pull it for you because I just think you have to be, you know, for those of us that like to switch journals, or even not for your fauxbonichi or journal, but for art journaling or anything like that, you're always on the lookout for cool finds. And this definitely counts as that. So, but I'm not going to use it for next month's fauxbonichi or daily journaling. Let's see. And that one's, you know, 5 3/4 again by 9, almost 9.5, if you will. So going up in size a little bit. Okay, this is a journal I got at Michael's. It came as like a gift set with what? Like an elastic band on it that has like a pencil, an eraser, and like a little tiny ruler. And I don't have the band. I don't have the band with it. I used it for something else when I traveled. But I bought it with the intention of doing my daily journaling on it. And it is white pages with a more distinct dot. So can you see that? Is that going to pick up? It is a much more distinct dot, I think, than that, and obviously a bigger quadrant, so a bigger measurement. Those are measuring almost a 1/2 inch apart, as opposed to these, right? So these are maybe a centimeter apart. Oh, well, that looks like a centimeter. I don't know. These are like further apart than these and darker. So again, I'm not feeling it. A lot of it is feel for me and like what I want to be working in and how it feels to hold this. This almost feels a little wide to me. I may end up cutting this. I may end up like almost going to Office Max, or seeing if I want to cut through it with like a ruler to get it down to a different size, almost closer to that eventually. I don't know. That's something I've considered with this. It just seems like not my shape pages almost. I don't know. We'll see. And they're super thin. So that's the other thing I want to consider. So it's almost like a comp book, if you will. Like, I don't know. I do like the white, but I'm not going to use that one. Okay, this one I love. This is a Pen and Gear, which is what? Like the Walmart brand, right? Oh, right there. Walmart.com. Nice job, Allison. It obviously says ideas. It's like a heavy cardstock cover. Can you see that? And then you open it up and it sits flat, and it's this beautiful color. It's almost in between. I feel like this is a darker cream, and this one's obviously, you know, the white. So This one I'm liking. This again has that flat seam, some blank pages. It lays flat. I'm really liking this. So this is going in my maybe pile. It is, here's the binding of it. I don't really know. I don't know how well this will hold up to like bulk, and I don't know how much I can actually fit in here. So it has 120 sheets, so that's a lot of journaling. So again, my assumption is I would journal on part of it and have to cut out part of it in order for it to hold this binding. I'm sure I could get 2 months in this with no problem, but that would probably be it. Okay. Again, this is my current smash book. This is my normal. This is February and March, just as an idea. And here's January. So my journals are chunky. Okay. So I have to make sure that whatever I'm going to do is able to hold that. So I would not be able to use a lot of this paper, but I would just rip it out and then use it for, you know, watercoloring and backgrounds and journaling spots and all that kind of stuff. So I never let the paper go to waste, but I know I'm not going to use the whole book. So anyway, that's 2 for the maybe pile. And I'll get these big guys out of the way here. Okay, I have 2 more to show you. This is obviously the Artist Loft that so many people use. It is a great size. Again, if we're talking about size, I can compare some of these for you. It is 7 by 10. 7 by 10. Yep. It lays flat. It has a very delicate dot. It has 2 ribbons, which I really like. This is also a maybe, but I'm not going to choose it. This one's close. This one's really close, and I think it's going to come up, I don't know, in a month or 2. I think this is like my next, if you will. I don't know. Top 3 for sure. I'll put it in the maybe pile, but it's definitely number 3. All right, and then on the bottom, I just have a composition graph book, which is exactly, well, not even where I started. I started in a regular comp book, and then Sweet Elizabeth at Never Hopeless always worked in this, and a lot of people do. And so I bought a couple, and I have, I think, 2 left. You can tell I've had it for just a little bit. The edges are a little yellowed, and this is a little bit more real estate than I want to work in this month, I think. Yeah, so 9.5, 9 3/4 by 7 1/4, whatever. So, so it's a regular comp size book, but I just loved this, you guys. I know a lot of us, and Elizabeth always said like she would glue 2 pages together to make one, or you could washi them together, or whatever you want to do. I mean, it's a great space. I do like the grid as opposed to the lined for me, but that's just me. So that choice is not one I'm choosing, but I do have it in my bucket. I have a basket. And I have like all my blank journals kind of lined up in there in terms of choices or things I've acquired, if you will. And so I just went through that today, and I chose some choices to choose from. And this is what came out of the bucket today. These are all going to go back in the bucket. This one, I know I'm going to put a sticky on this actually and just say like I'm going to use this for morning pages, just so I know it comes out of the pile. For that, I'm going to put it in the front of the bucket, basket, whatever. They sit in the basket, obviously, like this, right? And they're all lined up. So I'm going to not choose this pile. And then from this pile is what I'm going to choose, what I want to do. I can tell you I'm not going to choose this one. I already made that decision. It's just a little bit bigger than I want to work in right now. So that one will go, but it is, again, probably going to come up soon. And I will choose between these 2. And I don't know yet. I'm going to have to sit down and really think, but I wanted to do this video because I am jonesing to get out of that smash book. And I was just thinking today that I want to start prepping. And what I do to prep is a couple things. I'll find a title or something. I'll find some pockets, some envelopes or something, and prep this, stick some stuff in the front of my journal. I might start prepping some of the pages, that we know. Anyway, I'm feeling the need. I'm feeling the need to get out of here. So this is again what I'm leaving. If you guys want to see the flip through of these, they're on my channel. The past couple videos, if you will, a few back, and we'll, we'll go from there. So thanks for hanging out with me, you guys. I know we all, do this creative journey differently, and I'm always inspired by watching your videos. So I hope that maybe looking at some of these gave you some ideas today, or if you, certainly if you work in one of these, let me know. But I think I'm definitely going to choose from one of these, and we will wait until I do my next month's video for April to see. This reminds me of summer, so I might save her for summer because it just looks so cool. But anyway, we'll see. All right, you guys, thanks for hanging out with me. I will talk to you soon, and I hope you find something today that inspires you. Take care. Bye.